everybody. Have we just about recovered?
Buongiorno tutti.
Buongiorno a tutti, indeed. Just a warning, guys. I literally woke up just about an hour ago, so I'm still feeling pretty groggy.
Uh, Same. We had a night here, so
So how was it? Because you were actually at the show last night.
I haven't. Maybe I don't know if it's because I haven't been to a live Eurovision event for 4 years, but maybe I've forgotten how electric it is. But last night was absolutely electric, and I'm still on such a high right now. It's
Yay!
incredible.
Ah. Hello, Bjorn. I can see you in the chat.
We see you. Hello.
Isn't there a video? I did upload a video of my reactions. I'm not sure if that's the video that you're referring to. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, last night was absolutely amazing, and I and just to make clear, like, we are not talking about the final today. We're gonna save that for our final prediction show tomorrow morning. But
Yes.
like, I'm already panicking thinking about trying to predict how this final goes, because I think this final has turned out pretty strong, I think.
It always does. We always end up with a good final, even if people are saying, "Oh, it's the worst Eurovision ever." Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say for both of us, by far the highlight of last night was freaking Romania qualifying. Oh my god!
Oh, God is real.
Yes!
He is real. Oh, you should. Oh, I saw your reaction. I'm thrilled for you, and you should have seen mine. I was jumping up and down.
Ah. You said in first semi you had some weepy moments. Were there any weepy moments for you last night?
Well, Sweden.
Oh, okay.
um, yes, just then really. The rest was just spending the night with a big smile on my face.
Oh. I didn't have any weepy moments last night, but like I will say that like Poland's performance just had me in absolute stunned silence. I was just
Wow.
that. I just thought it was that good, and like I literally like could not stop thinking about it for the rest of the show. So it was very hard to concentrate on the other songs once that finished.
I can well imagine. I didn't get to see what it looked like on the TV though, so I'll check that out soon.
It's stunning. It looks stunning, at least to me, at least.
Good. 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 I'm pleased.
Bjorn just says, thank you for cheering it for Poland and Belgium in that video, especially since Belgium is getting a lot of hate by the fandom. Oh,
Oh, people.
I know. Like, and I also heard the other day that some idiot fans were sending hate to Marius the other day because he qualified, and I just like, oh, for God's sake, I hate the fandom sometimes.
I know it's a minority, but some people need to go outside,
Need to touch some grass or something.
as they say.
Okay, so what we usually do in what usually takes the bulk of our post-show reactions is to do a post-mortem on all the non-qualifiers and discuss what possibly went wrong.
Oh, well, this is going to be tough because some of these non-qualifiers I did not see happening.
In terms of that, I got 9 out of 10, and I think only me and Matt from ESC United got that much, and I just
Well, congratulations.
yay! By the way, Matt, if you're listening, you're probably not because you're super busy right now, but internet high five. How much did you get right?
Um, I feel like I probably didn't get very many. Um, 8 maybe?
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's
I,
okay.
I saw a lot of like 7 out of 10s. I
I saw
did.
I saw some sixes.
Oof. The only other time I've seen someone get like 6 out of 10 right was the head of Norwegian O guy got 6 right in the second semi in 2016, and I felt especially
Yeah.
smug because he predicted used to not qualify, and I was just like, and funnily enough, after that semi final, I saw him at the T-Barnon station just outside of Globen, and he kind of looked a bit like bemused, and I just kind of looked at him and just like had this big smug look on my face.
Oh, burn.
Yeah.
Burn.
But we got AJ and Rui just popping in. Hello. Rui
Hello,
got eight.
hello.
Rui got 8 out of 10, so that's good. AJ says that Belgium completely threw him off. I was like jumping up and down because like I said yesterday that I was super not confident about picking that, and I just like, oh my god, I felt so relieved.
Yeah, you should feel vindicated.
Yay! Anyway, so let's go over our sad post-mortem. Okay, so I've just got the running order in front of me, and I'm just going to go down the countries in running order. So first of all, we're going to go to Israel. Sadly, I called it. I mean, that whole performance was very good, but my worst fears were my worst fears were confirmed, sadly.
Well, we were never going to have Israel and Romania, were we?
No.
No. This guy, though, I mean, the final straw for me was when he took that whole camera shot with those poor bloody presenters.
Yeah,
I was like,
I've been hearing that he's basically been annoying everyone on the in the press center because he's just been such an attention seeker, and yeah, I think some people will be glad to see the back of him in those delegations. It sounds really harsh, but
no, I mean,
I can only imagine with just how stressful of a thing the whole Eurovision experience is to begin with, to have like someone constantly annoying you. Like, I can imagine a lot of those delegations are relieved.
I'm sure he's a really nice person, but I was like, sit down.
Yeah. Ah. Oh, by the way, AJ says that he got 7 out of 10 in semi 2, but he got 9 in semi 1. So that's not too bad when you average
That's
that
really
out.
good. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, so we ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so next non-qualifier is Georgia, and again, I sadly saw it coming.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Just a step too far for the voters, I guess. It's a shame. I was vibing to it, but it did go down a bit flat in the arena, sadly. I don't know
Not.
what it was like on TV.
It was alright. I mean, the beginning was a little bit on the flat side, but like, once it got going, like, I thought it was pretty good. But I'm not surprised with all those O guys that they were basically quiet.
Yeah, it's to be expected. I mean, Midnight Gold didn't go down very well, did it?
No, no, like I said multiple times before that when that qualified, because like I was in the crowd and like basically the whole side of my side of Globen was just completely silent and confused, and I was literally the only one bouncing up and down cheering.
You weren't the only one. I was too. But yeah, we were so smug that night.
ah. Okay, so let's move on to the next non-qualifier, which is Malta, and again, I called it. Um, yeah,
Yes.
it was just I wasn't a fan of it. It just like as I said yesterday, it was just very unoriginal to me.
I didn't put Malta down on my list, did I?
No.
No. So yeah, I called it as well, but I liked it more than you did, and obviously I will probably like anything Malta puts in front of me. But yeah, I'm sad for Emma though. But hey,
Yeah. Oh, AJ says that he's in Malta right now. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised that you're enjoying it because I enjoyed my time in Malta because like even though I was there in November, like it was relatively don't want to say kind of warm there, and obviously the scenery was very nice. So like glad you're enjoying your time with it actually being relatively sunny in May. And the only problem I had in Malta was that there were a lot of hills, and being a fat asthmatic whale that I am, I struggled.
I've been to Malta in different times of the year, and it's always been warm. Not always hot, but warm. Yeah, I hope Malta is treating you well, AJ.
Yay! Okay, next one. I know it's a sad one for all of us. I know I'm sad, but San Marino didn't make it. Yeah, my worst fears were confirmed, and I mean, like, I'm not too sad because at least, Romania making it kind of made up for it, but
Yeah,
again, it's a shame that we won't be seeing that in the final.
yeah. I think the people following Eurovision in Italy will be very disappointed.
Yeah, yeah. I know a couple of
That's
my. Yeah, I actually retweeted a couple of my Italian friends, and they were one of them posted that famous picture of Sanremo 2010 to illustrate just how upset they were.
what sheet music flying everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she posted that picture with the caption. It was in Italian, but it translated to Akira not qualifying is my villain origin story.
Yeah, I can well imagine.
Ah. Okay, let's move on to Cyprus. This was the one I got wrong. I did think it looked pretty. So yeah, the clip wasn't very representative, but I did think it sounded a bit light and fluffy in comparison to everything else, and I think that's why it didn't go through, sadly.
Yeah, this was a surprise for me too. I don't really know what happened. Cyprus have had a very long qualification streak, and I'm quite shocked that it's come to an end now.
Yeah, I mean, not every qualification streak can last forever, so
True,
yeah.
true.
Uh, AJ just said if Italy were voting in semi-1, San Marino would have gotten through. Yeah, that'll be interesting to
Oh,
see the voting scores because yeah, it could be the case. Like if San Marino was like 11th in the semi, then it's gonna be like, oof, they kind of got screwed over not having Italy voting.
it's going to be a major oof.
Yeah. Oh,
Sigh.
sigh. Okay, next one we go to Ireland, and like I said, I suspected that the press centre was being a bit too carried away. I mean, they did the best job they could, but it still came across as a bit too trashy in the sense that we've been saying that Europe aren't in the mood for bangers, and like I think this was a bit like if you compare it to Romania, it you compare the two and you can see why Romania made it through and Ireland didn't, sadly.
Yeah, what I will say is that the arena went wild for her, and I hope through the disappointment she can take that memory away and be proud of herself.
Yeah. Oh well, it's a shame. The next non-qualifier we have North Macedonia. Again, there were some nice moments in there, but it was always going to struggle, so it wasn't much of a surprise.
No, this was going to happen, sadly. I don't have anything to add.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last non-qualifier we got is Montenegro. Personally, for me, I found it very hard to concentrate on this because I was still like my brain was still recalibrating after watching Poland, so I found it very hard to concentrate on this. But she sang it very well, but maybe a lot of the viewers had the same problem with me that they couldn't fully concentrate. But yeah, it's a shame.
Maybe coming after Poland did hurt her chances. Maybe you
Yeah,
could have something there. Um, I think she did a beautiful job though, Rodano, and I feel quite sad for her.
yeah. Oh well. Okay, so that's it for the non-qualifiers. So even though we're not going to talk about the final until tomorrow morning, do you want to discuss this running order a little bit?
Um, a little bit. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought, "What the hell is this?" Um, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what you think.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say, my little conspiracy theory about Ukraine, I was totally wrong. Seems like the producers want to give them a fair chance. So,
Yes,
oops. um, just very quickly skimming over this, it feels like with these two halves, they've shoved on like the big contenders towards the end of their respective halves, with like the kind of lesser ones that the fandom aren't keen on, that not necessarily the fandom, but like aren't the other ones that aren't considered contenders are like shoved in the beginning of their respective halves, if that makes sense.
it does, and I don't know why they had to do Romania so dirty. Why
Boo.
exactly?
Oh well. Okay, so yeah, I think that's just about it. Maybe we can just stick around for a couple more minutes to see if there's any
We can,
questions from
yeah,
you guys.
we can take questions from the floor.
Okay. Rui just said Eurovision 2022, the year of shambolic draws.
True. I
True.
cannot disagree.
In yeah, considering that Portugal got stuffed in slot 3, I don't blame you.
Grr.
Grr. AJ just says that Lithuania got a surprisingly good slot. Kind of, yeah. I mean, they're kind of in a bit of a slower part of the show, but yeah, I think that she is put away from like the big contenders of the second half, so I think that might help her stand out. Hopefully,
I certainly hope so. But time will tell.
yeah. AJ asks if they should get rid of the first half, second half draw. That's funny because I don't know how else the producers could draw the final running order in a way that doesn't make everyone accuse them of being super sketchy. I mean, people do that as it is, but if they had to decide the complete running order from top to bottom, it would just like people would be screaming Rigori. So like I don't know how else they could possibly do it, because like random running orders are definitely not coming back. Like give up on that idea. And yeah, what do you think?
No, I completely agree. It's completely agree.
Yeah. A guy called Anastasios John just popped in. He said Ukraine's draw
Hey,
is the opposite of what everyone thought. It's like what you give to the country you want to win but think needs help. I don't think Ukraine need any help really, but yeah, I think they're gonna do pretty well regardless. But yeah, like
but
with
they've certainly got a pimp slot.
yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, and AJ just popped in with something that I totally agree with. I think like Engelbert being drawn first in 2012 is what killed the random running orders. I totally agree.
Blame it on Engelbert.
I mean, he's not the sole reason, but he was definitely like the last straw for that.
The catalyst.
Yeah, because I feel like in yeah, I don't know about 2010. I can't remember what that running order was, but like definitely 2011 and 2012, the flow of that running order was just not good because it started out off very slow. So like I think that was a big reason why debut just scrapped it.
Yeah, 2010 they opened with Drip Drop.
Oof. Yeah. AJ thinks that Netherlands kind of got screwed over by the running order. Well, she's in 11th, which is a pretty good slot, and like she's between Spain and Ukraine. I'm thinking maybe they're thinking because her being in between Bulgaria and Moldova in the first semi worked so well for her there that it might work well again here, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. It's light and shade. The flow is good.
Yep. Um, uh, Rui just says there's 4 favorites between number 9 and number 12. Yeah, that's that is quite interesting. Also, like, there's a lot of favorites in the towards the end of the second half. You got Greece in number 17, Sweden in number 20, UK in number 22, Poland in number 23. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see how this pans out.
Intense is what I would call it.
Yeah, I agree, Rui. We got a very good draw. Yeah. AJ says that the opener and closer are very good choices. Yeah, I'd agree. I think Czech Republic is like exactly the kind of song I'd imagine they'd have picked first when they drew their first half, and then Estonia, that ends it all on a nice happy note, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's quite unimaginative to put the last song of the last semi first in the final, though. They've done that so many times.
I know. AJ asks, do you think the UK's chances are hurt being in between Australia and Poland? I'd probably in a televote, because again, it's right behind Poland, which is a potential televote magnet. But I don't think, in terms of the jury vote, I don't think so. Because I'm thinking, like, you know, 2 contenders back to back is not necessarily a bad thing. Because I remember last year they put Ukraine and France next to each other in the final, and, like, you know, that didn't hurt either of their chances. So yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, I just realised that Serbia are right after Poland, so, like, those two together, like, my brain is just gonna completely shut off.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say it's going to be intense.
Yeah,
Just the flow there, you know, big hitter after big hitter,
yeah.
and in yeah, I don't know how we're going to cope.
Yeah. AJ says that Norway next to France is a weird choice. Oh yeah, I just noticed it. That is weird, because even though that they are sonically very different, they have that same intense energy, so that is a bit of a choice.
Many choices were made here, I
Hang
will
on.
just say.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Sorry, my mum just had to let me know she's off to the hospital. She's all right. She's just getting a checkup. But could you just repeat what you said? Sorry.
Yeah, all I said was many choices were made. That's all I'll say.
And I also saw that Armenia again are right after Norway, which is a little bit on the unoriginal side, but
You know, once again, Rosalind's got to prepare herself listening to those blooming wolves.
oh. Okay. I think we'll just take a couple more questions if you have any, and then we'll stop the stream. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on just like going through like this running order to see if I spot anything else? Can you think of anything?
How about Moldova's draw?
Oh, where are they? Oh, okay, so they're between Iceland and Sweden. I think that could be very good for them because they're surrounded by slower songs, I think.
Yeah, they're doing really well from there.
Yeah, I think so too. Um, AJ says that Romania must have just barely squeaked through if they got the coffin slot. Yeah, that tends to happen, I think, because usually, the sadly the songs that didn't do that well in this semi tend to get worse slots.
I'll agree. Romania. I don't think Belgium got a very good slot.
No.
I'm wondering about Australia because
Oh right.
they've been sandwiched in between Sweden and the UK.
Yeah, and like both Australia and the UK have huge props as well, so I'm wondering what made them think that was a good idea to put them together. I'm thinking the poor
But
stage hands that have to wheel those things off.
yeah, I I wonder if they're going to put in a little presenter break there.
Yeah, probably. Like they
It wouldn't
usually have.
surprise me.
Yeah, because usually in the final there's one big break around the halfway mark, and then depending on like staging, they have a couple of short breaks just to get everything wheeled on in time.
It's going to take a lot of wheeling off and on. That's all I'll say.
That's one hell of a workout.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good. I think that's a. We should probably wrap this up about now. So
Okay.
thank you very much for listening along. Thank you for all your lovely comments, and
Thank you.
we will be back in about 24 hours time to do our final predictions. And like, I'm just yeah, this is gonna be hard.
Right now, I've no idea what I'm going to say.
Yeah, like I've I've got a couple of ideas of who could be top 10, but it's kind of like I have no idea who is coming last. Like I need to think long and hard about like who I think is gonna end up where and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow.
So we got that to look forward to. So until tomorrow, we'll see you later and take care and ciao ciao.
Ciao, ciao.